What's up, guys? I'm BTC. We just got another patch on the PTR with a confirmed nerf to Roadhog, changes to the Busan map, and more. Before we get to the PTR stuff, real quick want to mention something that was added to the live version of the game. This was put in the Nano Cola Challenge patch that we got yesterday. Symmetra and Sombra have a problem where they can get inside of certain objects. With Sombra, she could get inside the payload and stall it out indefinitely, or just contest it and never allow it to move. That, I think, is still in the game because none of the patch notes have mentioned it at all. But for Symmetra, she had the ability to get a teleporter inside of certain objects like the buses on King's Row and Nubani. Then she could put turrets in there, or a Torb turret, or a Bastion, or whatever it happens to be, and that would cause some problems. But it looks like the Symmetra issues have been fixed, but the Sombra ones have not. We're going to start with the changes to the Busan maps. Now, none of this is mentioned in the patch notes. I know, I'm just as surprised as you guys are. Blizzard didn't include stuff in the patch notes? What a surprise! So anyways, this first thing has nothing to do with balance. It's because in the mecha base, people noticed that there was spots for the other members of the team, and there was no place for D.Va to put her mech. So they went and they just added the giant pink room, and this is where D.Va puts her mech. It has absolutely no impact on the balance of the game whatsoever. It's just there. Moving on to some changes that do affect balance, a lot of the skyboxes have been changed. They've actually been lowered by quite a bit. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, a skybox is the invisible upper limit of the map. So I'm going to fly up here, and you're going to notice that I'm basically just connecting into an invisible wall right here. So a lot of these have been lowered quite a bit, and for most characters, it's not going to be an issue at all. But for characters that have to be in the air quite a bit, like D.Va or more specifically Pharah, it causes problems. So they were basically talking about how they were having some technical issues and it was just causing problems, so they had to drop the skyboxes. But now that's causing problems, so they're going to have to keep messing with it. I don't know if this is going to be the final version or not, but short version, the skyboxes are lower. The next thing for balance changes has to do with Roadhog. Previous versions of the PTR had a nerf for him on his right-click fall-off damage, and we didn't know if it was intentional or if it was a bug or what, but Blizzard did just confirm that it is in fact an intentional fix. Let me read it. It says, Roadhog fixed the bug that prevented Roadhog's alternate fire, now calculates fall-off damage correctly. Now, what this means is he does significantly less damage at range. So, for the most part, this isn't really that big of a deal when you're going against other players. It's more of a big deal when you're trying to destroy an enemy barrier, whether it's Reinhardt, Orisa, whatever it happens to be. Roadhog isn't exactly in the greatest shape right now in the game. His hook is once again really buggy. You can land a hook on someone, they can be completely in the open, they're not using any evasion abilities whatsoever, and it just breaks for no reason whatsoever. You get the little connect noise, and it just doesn't reel them in, and it cancels it out, and it puts your ability on cooldown. It's incredibly frustrating, and that unfortunately was not fixed either. But in addition to this, he now has this pretty significant nerf to his right-click damage. Right now on the live version of the game, there's only 3 things that Roadhog is decent at. The first is feeding ultimate charge, but that's not something that you actually want to do. The second is countering Hammond, but he's okay at it. If you really want someone to shut down Hammond, then you're going to use a Reaper instead. And the third thing is breaking barriers from Reinhardt and Orisa. But if they're going to get rid of that, they were left with pretty much nothing that Roadhog is decent at or even useful for. And I just don't understand. I can fully get that they want to bring all of the fall-off damage in line and they want to have consistency across the characters. I understand that, that's fine. But if you're going to change that fall-off damage, then you probably need to compensate for it in another way. This is the same situation when I was talking about with Hammond, where they reduced a significant amount of his damage from the pile driver issues and whatnot. It's okay that you're fixing those bugs, I get it, you should be doing that, But when those changes are going to significantly reduce the effectiveness of a character, you need to look at properly compensating so that the balance of that hero is not thrown completely out the window. And in the case of Roadhog, if he's not able to do any of the barrier break, and he's kind of like an okay Hammond counter, then the only thing you have left is, well, I mean, he's going to be really good at giving the enemy ultimate charge, but again, not something you want to be doing. Blizzard keeps nerfing things, nerfing heroes that aren't actually in a very good spot as it is to begin with, so I don't understand why they're making them even weaker. It just doesn't make any sense. In any case, that's what we have to go for the PTR right now. If there's more stuff that get discovered, I'll let you guys know. What do you guys think about these changes? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Also, come hang out in my Discord server and my Twitch live stream. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see what kind of cool VIP rewards you can get, check the links down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.